like a novice. Hello, everybody.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. J. Professor Spike and Kamal live from Long Island, New York, and we're talking BioDrek.
Mm. Yeah, a novice had a run yesterday. That was pretty nice.
Very nice. To 2380. Closed today, I think, at 2010, something like that. Gave back.
I gave back. I could see.
I
I hate
added I added
Nanavax
more.
went down.
I added more twice today. I added at 20 and a half and I added at 19.2 or something.
Oh, really?
So I added twice. I added to Arenia. I added to avxl. avxl had data that looked pretty good on phase
You
two
know, then why is it? Why did it tank today?
because it's a long way to Tipperary from phase two to the goal line is
Well,
not.
every time BIOS goes up, it just the following day it just gives back.
Yeah, I mean it's a long way to Tipperary, and the shorts know that. So till we get to Tipperary, the shorts make their money. And there's no sure thing once you have a big phase three that the results will be as good.
Right. Well, we learned that from some of these guys.
Plus, the results were good.
Didn't we learn that from Sava?
What?
Didn't we learn that from Sava?
Yeah. The results on the Anavex were good, but I wouldn't say they were spectacular. There was like a 16%, 18% improvement in overall Parkinson's score. They have some kind of universal score. And that's good. And it's better than the placebo that lost points. So it's not that it's bad. Curtis wants us to look at XCRS. We've looked at that one a million times, but we'll look at it again.
Might as well. I actually still own some of that.
We're going to look primarily at Arenia, Avanex, and
In a novice.
Novus. Yeah. What is Elon Musk?
This pause was pretty funny.
What trouble is Elon Musk making these days?
You know, this when they talk about a 6-month pause, you know, it's like, you know how short 6 months is?
Maybe it's
Stop doing it or don't stop doing it. 6 months.
Maybe it's so that everyone else can catch up to Microsoft Bing.
Right. You know, you could do in 6 months. You could hire new staff, and you could train them at what AI is.
Yeah.
6 months is nothing for something that's going to actually be meaningful 50 years from now.
Yeah, I think like all these technological breakthroughs, you can't worry about the negative ramifications. I don't worry. You know, meanwhile, at the same time, he's pushing ahead with his Optimus robot. So
Right.
I don't trust that guy.
Yeah.
Am I concerned that non-human minds, AI, might outnumber, outsmart, obsolete,
Yeah.
replace?
Obsolete is a verb.
Yeah. And cause loss of control of our civilization.
Has anybody already heard of Twitter or TikTok? What civilization is even left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Has anybody been on an airplane recently? You want to talk about civilization?
yeah. Well, as I said, I'm not concerned. I think we'll find a way to harness the power of AI in a safe manner.
Yeah, it'll be profitable for a good number of people.
Curtis wants XCRS, fine.
Yep.
Let's not waste too much time. Today is opening day. Who do you like? Mets, Yankees, both?
I don't like both. I'm, you know, what the joke we have is, here's the first pitch. All right, and the Mets are eliminated.
Yeah.
So whatever they said, Verlander now is out.
Yeah. Well, it's only important at the end of the season that these guys be healthy. Let them play 500 ball and get hot at the end. Last year they won 101 games, the Mets, and they fell apart towards the
Yeah.
end of the season.
It wasn't so much that they fell apart; it's that the Braves just sort of became phenomenal.
In Philly,
Oh, Philly, right?
both.
Yeah. And
It's,
somehow they let San Diego beat them.
it's a tough division, and San Diego looks great. Tough division, a tough league. Yankees, I think, are a class second to Houston, but they got to beat Houston.
Right. Well, one of the things is that now everybody gets to play with everybody else, which gets rid of the rivalries. But on the other hand, at least now everybody gets to see each other before the World Series.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
I'm indifferent at this point.
I'm not sure.
I like those rivalries. I like to see them beat the Braves more often.
Yeah. So how'd we end the day? Up a half percent on all the averages except the Nasdaq, up 3/4. The Russell down. Well, today I haven't completed my swap from the Russell into the Qs, but close. I sold more IWM, bought more Qs, and I also bought more JEPI. They should be declaring a dividend like the first of the month. That's when they usually declare their dividend. At around
when you talk about on Thursday.
Yeah, so at around 1%, you figure this is going to pay around 50, around what?
$6.
Around 54 cents, something like that. 1%, right? 1% a month.
1% per month is 12%. So that's $6.
Yeah, $6. Yeah, okay, $6.
That's a lot of money.
Let's just take a look at the chart on this. The chart doesn't look bad either, so it looks quite possible for the year that this will be up from here. We talked about it when it was $53 as a good buy. Still a good buy at $54 in my opinion. I think the upside is greater than the downside. You're not going to get rich on the upside, maybe a few points. But you get your 1% a month, that's pretty good. SPY was up about 0.5% today and continues with making some nice candles. This is a beautiful candle today. Tried to go down and rallied and closed nice. I like those hammers. Off of another nice candle. And we just have to break this high at 407.45. Is that what it is? 407.45. Yeah, let's break that high.
And so, Professor Omar is still bearish, huh?
Bearish and then bullish. He calls several goals. He calls first for a dip and then for a big rally.
Okay. Unless he's just a couple days late and that dip already happened.
Maybe. 407.45 we got to take out. My mouse is not working too good. Why is it that nothing ever works?
Murphy's Law.
Yeah. It works when I right click. It doesn't work when I left click.
Maybe you should left click with your right hand.
Aha. There we go. All right, I'm going to blame it on the Parkinson's. I blame everything on the Parkinson's.
When in doubt.
When in doubt, blame it on the Parkinson's. Well, I want to take out this 407.81, which shouldn't be that hard at this point on the S&P. Let's look at the spiders. Oh, well,
Latest system spiders, right? Not the S&P outright.
Yeah. Some other numbers that we need to take out would be the 418.31. take that one out. I'm feeling comfortable that we can get a really nice year this year. Got to take that number out.
So, Dr. J, you see that channel going up, right?
Yeah, a new one over the last 2 weeks. Very nice. But it's still it broke the downward. It broke the descending channel also.
Right,
That's been,
of course.
yeah. So we have a new little channel going up. The new beta on Yahoo has something called channel. It draws it in for you to parallel lines. I don't know how to work it. I have to practice. Have you practiced with it? The new beta?
I haven't played with it yet.
It's a beautiful looking upward channel now on the spiders. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks pretty good. We closed above the 50, which is above the 100, which is above the 200. Looks very nice. And where is the 200 now? The 200 is at 392.44. So we have reasonably good support, 10 points below. I like the chart looks pretty damn good for terrible circumstances that we're in with banking crisis, Russian-Ukraine war, China tensions, geopolitical tensions, all kinds of things. And we defied a wall of worry and we climbed the wall of worry. So as long as the price action tells us to stay the course, we stay the course, regardless of all the gurus that are coming on with the doom and gloom. Mike Wilson.
The world is not stable at all.
Yeah, Mike Wilson leading the charge. Let's take a look at this versus the Qs. I think I would like to draw in on a comparison the Qs. Qs have been the best performing index, and the IWM been the worst.
Yeah.
Look at how much better the Qs are performing. They're all the way up there, 13.6% versus 5.7%. Big difference. Big difference.
Mm.
So this is since when? Since 10/28/22. Since October 28th.
6 months.
Yeah, let's go to a year and see what the difference is. A different story for the year, right? The Qs took it on the chin for the year, so maybe they're playing catch up now, right? Looks that way. But
Yeah, that's funny with the difference in time frame does.
yeah. Corporate guidance. I don't know what that is.
I mean, because the general shapes are the same.
SPY is blue and green for the Q, blue for the Qs. So the green is 12.51% down, and for the Qs, 14.92%. Really not that much of a difference. What is that? 15 versus 12.5, 2.5%. It's not huge. Not huge. But still, now we're well above in the last 6 months. Let me do that again, 6 months. 15% versus the green. The green is at 11.3. No, the blue. Yeah, 11.3 versus 16.2. 5 points greater in the last 6 months. And for the last year, it's 2.5 points lower. So a big difference.
Can you say beta?
Beta? Oh, beta. Let's take a look at the 3 months. My mouse won't click. Come on, 3 months. What's with my mouse? It gets stuck. There we go. Last 3 months, 17.5% versus, what color is it? Blue. Versus, I don't know where the blue is.
17.4.
No, that's the Qs. That's a light blue. What, doesn't this look like dark blue on spiders? Spiders look like a dark blue. 380. Spiders, this is 3.3%. I don't know what it is. It's one of these, maybe 4.5. I can't tell the colors. Colorblind.
It's 5.3, and it's just tracking the red and the green candles. Because you don't need to write the S&P.
I'm just colorblind.
So the only thing you need for the spiders is that relative to the 17.4% of the Qs, S&P just went up 5.3%.
So it's like huge since the beginning of the year, essentially. Let's
Yeah.
Year to date. Same thing year to date. Because of about 3 months. 5.6 versus 17.4.
Yeah, don't do this. Don't compare the Qs to the IWM. You'll be very unhappy.
Just for that, I'll do it.
Well, no, you want to put the IWM in as the base. So first you want to change. Oh, yeah, okay.
I got all three.
You can do it relative to both, right? So here, there you go. So the IWM is below.
What is it? 0.5% for the last year?
Yes.
That's down, negative or positive?
No, it's up.
Up 0.5%.
Up 0.5%.
Versus up 18.6. No wonder I've been selling my IWM and buying the Qs.
Yeah, well, you want to go back to 6 months, see what it looks like then?
All right.
If you can click on that, if that click works, there you go. All right.
Pretty bad also.
Yeah, well, you notice the S&P is right in between them, so.
Yeah. Yep. Let's get rid of these drawings. I gotta click.
You gotta X out. You gotta X out the comparisons.
I gotta X them out.
Right. There you go.
All right. Let's take a look at ARDX. A little pullback day today. Nothing serious. Made a new high before it pulled back. I'm looking to continue to add actually on this one. I'm not taking profit. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to play a hot hand. I think this one has still got more run. So I'm looking to buy right in the middle of the green candle at about $4.50. Close to where it is. Probably add more. And Aurinia Pharmaceuticals, big buyout rumors. Had a down day today as well. Nothing terrible. Just slightly lower than the day yesterday. It looks like it's run out of steam a little bit, so you might be able to get a little bit cheaper to add or to create a position. I would be looking at somewhere around this low, somewhere around here, 1072. Looks like a buy signal to me. It's also the top of this candle at 1066, somewhere around there. I'll probably add some more too, because I'm in the adding frame of mind on these stocks, including avxl, which I added to today. I've been adding, to these bios a little bit at a time. I added at just about the close.
Are we bottoming here or no?
What?
Are we bottoming here?
I think so. I mean, this was a terrible candle, but so what? It was good news, basically, on the data, and it was up pre-market to over $9 and closed pretty much below yesterday's close, and slightly below yesterday's low, I think. So it's a weak candle, engulfing candle, but so what? It comes at the bottom of a long bear market for avxl. I'm not at all upset by the candle. Just an opportunity to accumulate at lower numbers. The only thing is you may need patience with this one. No rush. It doesn't appear to be a rush to accumulate.
Right.
But I think there'll be some catalysts, maybe when they get approval for phase 3 to begin on their Parkinson's drug. So the Parkinson's numbers were good. Gives me hope as a Parkinson's patient.
So they have news along with anvs?
Yeah. Novus is giving a talk tomorrow at an ADPD conference in Europe. They're going to give a talk on PDAD or ADPD or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they're going to have any new data to talk about. I'm not sure. Not sure the nature of the talk, but I think that's what caused the run up in Annovis. Let's take a look at Annovis's chart, which is considerably better than this chart. This chart is not the greatest chart in the world.
No, it's not.
But if you're willing to bear some more downside, possibly, maybe to retest the lows, it's possible that we get down there to 760 and willing to average down, then I think it's okay. Of course, our opinions are strictly our own, not investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. And if you like what we say, and even if you don't subscribe anyway, we need the subscriptions to show off how great we're doing. By the way, I don't advertise anymore hardly at all, but today I did, because the last time I did zero advertising. I didn't announce the show. I didn't do anything afterwards, and we had a ridiculously low number. So I figured I should at least tell people about it.
Yeah, at least the stock twits people should know.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
All right, so Annovis. ANVS. It was a runner for a while.
Goes up, must come down.
Yeah, I mean, look, it ran to 2380. It had to come down a little, and it had a little bounce back off its lows to $20.10 at the close. It's consolidating now. You're going to get a lot of this up and down movement. For the next few days, I think you'll see more of the same. Maybe the action will be contained within the body of this red candle and the green candle combined. So you're going to get probably from 2250 to 1960, something like that. Movement for a few days until it decides what to do. That's how I see this one. Probably not worth chasing at this point. Although I like it for the long term, so I'm adding. I have been adding. I don't know if I will continue.
So we have to do XCRS for Curtis.
And
Yeah.
Amazon, please.
Yeah. Was there any other bio direct that I put down?
Arinia.
So Tim is asking for Athesis.
Athesis, I happen to have sold the last of it, but I'll put it up. We have a little yucky candle today. It's
Yeah,
almost.
it was giving us a glimmer of hope for a little while.
Yeah, but didn't we talk about this?
11.
I thought we said that it could come down to this 1068 level.
You did.
Yeah. All right, so I think you look to buy it around 1070, something like that. We talked about that one. So what didn't we talk about? XCRS?
XCRS, that's what Curtis wanted.
It's been.
Again, there was a period of good news that looked like things were going to be going, but it just. But what happened today? That's something happened today, apparently.
Yeah, must have went up on some kind of news. It's been languishing down around $1.11, and then came up to this level here at about $1.26 as support, and finally broke out today. So that's a good sign. We want to see it break out a little further above $1.56. And then it could get interesting. It's already a lot better than $1.11. Move it up a little bit. So we want to take out this $1.56, which coincides with peaks.
Yeah.
Back here in 12/2/22. So that 156 area is important, very important. And then of course you got the 170 area. And if all goes well, you take that out, you got another leg up.
And then about a year and a half, you'll break even.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in the doldrums. It looks like it woke up.
No, I've had this for about 2 years now.
It looks like it woke up today. Will it continue to move up, or will it come back down to fill the gap right here?
Curtis says there's a partnership with Regeneron.
That's good news. That's good news. Regeneron has been one hot stock. And what was the other one? Athesis?
Yeah.
I sold all my Athesis, so that it has permission to go up now. Athesis.
On behalf of all the bag holders, I'll say thank you.
Yeah. I just got tired of it.
No, I don't blame you.
Hasn't done anything since I sold it. I've been selling it like forever. I got rid of it completely finally. I think yesterday. $1.22 today. The thing with Athesis, I don't know what catalyst is going to move it until you get data readout on the stroke trial, or at least interim results, which is going to be ways off. And how do they stay alive until then? More dilution.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be in it for the next round of dilution. Ultimately, this is going to be a tremendous buy and hold, but I don't know about just yet.
Not this week.
Maybe not. So, I mean, will I be back? I plan on it, but I don't know when. I've been selling some Chewy off.
Finally, Linus was asking whether or not you think First Republic Bank will come back.
What's the symbol?
FRC.
FRC.
I mean, it's.
I even sold my Bank of America. I'm so down on banks.
Yeah, I know. I mean, will this come back? I mean, it's not a technical story. It's a pure fundamental.
I think it's more likely it gets bought, which is good. It seems to be, finding support here. And if there's no other shoes that drop, it will probably survive and may not make much of a move, but it'll survive for a while, a long while.
Maybe get bought out.
Hey, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, a lot of these. These buyouts don't seem to help the stockholders very, very much.
No. Usually at a low number.
It's more for the overall stakeholders that the bank.
It could get bought out at $10. That's the problem.
Right, pennies on the dollar.
No, instead of it's trading at 13 now, they could pay 10 and put a buyout under where it's selling. So that's the problem.
Right, and if the government says they have to take it, then they have to take it.
Yeah, I'm just inclined to stay away from banks. Did DB bounce back? DB bounced back. This was oversold, right here at 885 low. It was oversold. But even DB, I don't want any part of it, even though I knew it wasn't going out of business. I was a little tempted, but I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. So my own taste is not stay away. That's my own thinking on these banks. I don't want to take the risk for a small, modest gain. By and large.
Well, would you buy a big bank like a Citi or a Chase?
I got rid of Bank of America, which is the second biggest bank. I could buy some JPM. It's way off its highs. So I mean that's possible. That's possible. All right, so I'm running late, so I'm going to wrap it up right here.
Sounds good.
So let's leave that in mind that JPM would be my pick for the banks. If I were to buy one. Thanks for coming, Linus, Curtis, Tim, indubitably, and Tim, whoever else showed up. And thank you, Spike and Kamal, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your baseball.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.